The fractured alien woman was handed to a human, yet he didn't flinch. He already understood. Eli thumbed the custody pad. The Krellian official's claws scraped it back. Human Mercer, sign complete. Subject Sarah Venn transfers to your vessel under extraction charter. Apply restraints per Protocol 9.4. Eli met the official's compound eyes. No restraints. Mandibles clacked. Mandatory for high-risk assets. She's escaped custody twice. Install the neural cuff now. Eli crouched beside Sarah. She huddled against the bulkhead, scales faded to gray, 4 slender arms locked around her torso. Her chest heaved in shallow hitches. No eye contact. Classic shock cascade, human or alien. She's my patient, Eli said. Restraints spike cortisol analogs by 30%. She dies en route, charter voids. Your protocol loses her too. The official's vents hissed steam. Your species' soft codes won't hold in tribunal. Eli pulled a thermal blanket from his medkit. Silver fabric unfurled with a crisp snap. He draped it over Sarah's shoulders. She flinched but didn't pull away. Watch me hold. He slid one arm under her knees, the other behind her back, light as a trauma dummy. She weighed maybe 90 pounds, frame built for agility, not bulk. Eli lifted her in a fluid cradle carry, her head lolled against his chest. Stares drilled into them from the docking bay crowd. Krellian enforcers loomed with shock prods. Traders from half a dozen systems gawked, tentacles twitching. A Vexari merchant whispered, "Humans tote escapees like younglings." Eli ignored them. Sarah's breath rasped hot against his neck. He matched his steps to a steady rhythm, boots thudding on grated deck plates. "Stop!" A new voice boomed. Commander Atrax strode forward, black carapace gleaming under bay lights. His security insignia pulsed red. "That asset is under Venari reclamation order. Scanner sweep now." Atrax raised a palm scanner. It whirred to life, blue beam sweeping toward Sarah's blanket. Eli pivoted, blocking the line. "Medical override, code Ecolima India 72. The scanner beeped denial. Atrax's eye stalks quivered. "Invalid for non-Venari, step aside, softskin. Universal Med Charter, subsection 12, trauma patient in transit. Scan interferes with neural stabilization." Eli kept walking. Sarah's weight settled firmer in his arms. Atrax matched pace, claws clicking. 2 enforcers flanked him, prods humming. "You claim doctor status? Humans peddle stim packs, not medicine. Hand her over or face impound." Eli tapped his comm. "Cho, docking bay 3, custody affirmed. We got company." 2 minutes, doctor." Mina Cho replied, "Prep her for hypospray. I'll handle the legalese." The bay's crowd parted like a wake. Whispers buzzed. "He carries her without field harness." "Venari property and he denies Atrax." Sarah's fingers, 3 per hand, brushed Eli's sleeve, tentative. Then gripped, thin claws pricked fabric but didn't tear. Her breathing hitched, then slowed. In, out, mirroring his own measured inhales. "Good," Eli murmured, low for her ears. "Match me in 2 out 3. She did, grip tightened. Scales against his arm flickered, faint iridescence returning. Atrax lunged ahead, blocking the airlock ramp. "Last warning, protocol supersedes your charter." Eli halted. Sarah tensed in his hold. "Scan her yourself, Commander. If she's stable, why the rush?" Atrax's scanner darted out again. Eli shifted Sarah higher, blanket blocking the beam. "Override active, log it." The device spat error chimes. Atrax snarled, vents flaring. "Filthy human trick. Venari Council will strip your license. Try it." Eli stepped forward. Atrax yielded a half pace. Enforcers gripped prods tighter. Airlock hissed open. Dr. Cho burst through, med scanner in one hand, legal pad in the other. Human compact, Korean features set in steel focus. "Commander Atrax, per Galactic Med Accord, Article 47, trauma custody trumps reclamation for live assets. Sign or impound fails." Atrax scanned her pad. Claws hesitated. "This exemption, ratified yesterday, your database lags." Cho thrust it under his sensor. "Sign. Or I ping the Arbiter drone." Atrax's eye stalks swiveled between them. The crowd murmured. A Krellian enforcer lowered his prod. "They bluff with papers." Eli slipped past during the distraction. Sarah's grip firmed on his sleeve. Her breath synced perfectly now in 2 out 3. Pulse thready but steadying under his thumb check. Cho backed in after them, airlock cycling shut. Atrax bellowed from outside. "This isn't over, humans. Council reclaims her." Deck vibrated as Eli's ship, the Resolute Asterisk, powered thrusters. He carried Sarah down the corridor, Cho at his side. "Med Bay," Eli said. "Already prepped. Cho scanned Sarah mid-stride. Vitals crashing from stress but rebounding. Your carry stabilized her. Good call on no restraints. Eli shouldered the med bay door. White light snapped on. He eased Sarah onto the exam table. She clung to his sleeve one beat longer, then released. Her multi-lidded eyes cracked open, violet slits fixing on him. Water first, Eli said. He filled a basin, added neutral electrolyte tabs. Dipped a cloth, offered it. Sarah's top pair of arms accepted it. She pressed it to her face vents, sipping slow. Lower arms stayed tucked. Cho hooked up monitors. Venari physiology, silica-based blood, dual hearts. Atrax wants her quiet because she saw something. Escapee logs say she witnessed a council purge. Eli nodded. Explains the shock lockdown. He adjusted the thermal blanket tucking edges. Talk when ready. Sarah's gaze darted. Then one hand extended, palm up, claws retracted. Trust gesture. Eli mirrored it, palm to palm. Her skin hummed faint static like dry silk. Cho raised a brow. Bonding already? Your empathy shtick works fast. Routine. Eli kept contact. Sarah's breathing deepened. First exhale without hitch. Alarms blared ship-wide. Proximity alert. Venari interceptor hailing. Cho cursed. Atrax called backup. Eli stood. Pilot evades, we buy time. He looked to Sarah. Safe now, rest. Her grip returned to his wrist this time, claws sheathed. She nodded once. Sharp, not shattered. The ship banked hard. G-forces pressed them. Sarah didn't flinch. She held on. Eli smiled faint. Compassion wasn't weakness. It was the lockpick. Atrax's voice crackled over comms. Surrender the asset, resolute asterisk, or we board. Cho patched through. Med override holds, commander, pursue, and it's piracy, static hissed. Then pursuit engines roared closer. Sarah sat up. Her voice emerged, rasped, alien harmonics layering English. They kill witnesses. I saw the core breach. Council sabotage. Eli's jaw set. Then we keep you talking and alive. Her eyes widened, all flickered in violet. You carry for me no claim. Patient, Eli said. Simple. Thrusters screamed. The Resolute twisted into asteroid shadow. Atrax's scanner swept empty space. Sarah leaned into his side. Bonds sealed in grip and breath, but interceptors closed, fast. Eli slapped the medbay bulkhead panel. The door hissed sealed, red lights flashing lock confirmation. Interceptor's engines throbbed through the hull, vibrating the deck plates. He dragged a chair across the floor, placed it 2 meters from Sarah's exam slab, 1 chair distance. No crowding, no traps. Sarah's violet eyes tracked him, claws flexed on the padding. Her skin still hummed that faint static, dry silk under stress. Stay put, Eli said, voice level. Treating wounds now. Dr. Mina Cho yanked a medkit from the wall locker. Atrax's boarding threat inbound, pursuit closing to weapons range. Evade first. Eli pulled on sterile gloves, snapped them tight. Pilot buys us minutes. Sarah shifted, winced. Purple welts striped her arms, Venari restraint burns. Deeper gashes wept green ichor across her ribs. Eli dimmed the overheads, clicked on a single flex light, aimed it low, shadows soft, no glare assault. 1, he counted aloud, dipped gauze in saline. 2, pressed to her forearm welt, slow circle. 3, lifted. Checked clean, Sarah tensed, but held still, watched his hands. 4, new gauze, saline drip. 5, circle wipe, narrated rhythm grounded her, human trick for panic cases. Cho patched the main comms feed. Atrax's gravel voice barked through speakers. Mercer, open medbay. Sedate the asset, transfer under custody protocol. Eli didn't pause. 6, wipe complete. Antiseptic spray, hiss, count of 10. Negative, commander, patient consent required. Sarah's gaze flicked to the comms panel. Harmonics layered her rasp. No drugs, heat, poison's truth. Atrax snarled. Venari security overrides, sedation mandatory, chains en route. Eli set the spray down, picked up the pulse ox clip. Monitored consent instead, pulse, oxygen, neural sync, she decides. He extended the clip towards Sarah, palm up, no grab, she stared. Then reached, claws retracted fully. Slid 2 fingers into the reader, green light beeped. See. Eli tapped his own wrist monitor, steady 72 beats. Yours now. Sarah's eyes narrowed, sharp. She pointed at his display, lifted his sleeve, tapped his pulse point. Match the rhythm 1-2 sync. Eli nodded. Matched, stable. Cho injected a broad-spectrum coagulant into Sarah's IV. Vitals green across species. Human baseline syncing Venari harmonics. Impressive. Pursuit alarms whooped. Resolute asterisk shuddered, evasive roll. G-forces pinned Eli's chair. Sarah gripped the slab edge. No flinch, tapped Eli's wrist again. Faster now, adrenaline match. 8 tracks hammered the comms. Boarding pods launching, surrender or we vent medbay. Eli stood, braced against deck tilt. Pilot, shadow weave. Asteroid cluster vector 090. Acknowledged, the pilot crackled back. He turned to Sarah, unspooled fresh bandages. 7, wrapped her rib gash, firm, even pressure. 8, tape seal. Done, she tested the wrap, flexed. No tear, violet eyes widened fraction. All ghosted her features. You, fix without claim. Her harmonics deepened, English clearer. Venari heel to own. Routine. Eli logged the treatment on his wrist pad. Patient lives, talks, that's when. Cho scanned the door sensors. Pods inbound, 2 minutes to breach. Sarah slid off the slab, bare feet silent on deck, stood at Eli's side, smaller than him but posture straightened. Grip returned to his forearm, trust anchor. Eli checked the pulse sync. Hers overlaid his, 78, climbing together. 8-Trax's voice peaked. Asset witnessed nothing. Council orders erasure. Comply. Sarah leaned in. I saw core breach codes, sabotage signatures. They rigged the array. Eli's jaw tightened. He keyed the medbay console. Record active, Commander. Her testimony logs now. Galactic net burst on evade. Static exploded. 8-Trax roared. Delete that. Pods thunked against the hull. Grapple's word. Cho primed the medbay defenses. Force field up. Stun fields hot. Eli pulled Sarah behind the main console, shielded her with his frame. Breathe with me. 1-2. She matched. Tap tap on his wrist. Resolute asterisk bucked. Thrusters fired wild. Asteroids loomed on the viewport, jagged shadows. Boarding torches screamed against the door. Sparks flew. Evade complete, pilot reported. Interceptors scattered. 1 pod detached. Eli exhaled. Pulse synced steady. Sarah's claws pricked light. Not threat, hold. Cho grinned. Your shtick again. Empathy jammed their protocol. 8-Trax's comms sputtered. This delays nothing. Humans break soft. Eli thumbed the external speaker. We bend circumstances. Try us. Sarah straightened fully. Pulled a data shard from her thigh pouch. Slid it into Eli's pad. Files bloomed, schematics, timestamps, breach proof. You carry, she said. Protect. Eli slotted the shard secure. Encrypted burst prepped. Team effort. Alarms quieted. Pursuit faded to distant rumble. But scopes pinged. Reinforcements, 3 interceptors regrouping. Cho patched helm. Jump prep coordinates. Eli glanced at Sarah. Core array sector, verify her data. Sarah nodded, sharp. Bond locked. 8-Trax's final hail. You claim no ownership. Why fight? Eli hit transmit. Compassion, survival skill. Pods retracted. Resolute jumped. Sarah's hum steadied. Skin warmed under his touch, no static. She released his arm, stood alone, but close. Eli logged the sync drop. Humble win. Cho eyed the scopes. Council fleet inbound. They won't stop. Sarah tapped the pad. I know paths, hidden relays. Eli pulled charts. Lead. Her claws pointed, precise vectors. Venari netcraft, alien edge, he plotted. Human hands steady, jump complete. Void stretched clean, but rear sensors lit. Fleet signatures bloomed. Faster than expected. Sarah's eyes met his, trust solid. Together. Eli sealed the next course. Chair kicked aside. Light clicked off. Compassion unlocked doors. Now it fueled engines. 8-Trax's shadow loomed larger. Fleet closed. Unyielding, Eli gripped the console. Sarah at his side. Pulse sync reignited hers, his ship's hum. They ran. The medbay door rattled once more. Internal override klaxon. Cho cursed. 8-Trax hacked the aux vents. Eli yanked Sarah back. Vents sealed. Backup. Borders dropped through ceiling grates. Armored Venari, 8-Trax's elite. Stun batons crackled. Asset. Lead border lunged. Eli sidestepped. Grabbed the baton arm, twisted, joint lock, human leverage. Baton clattered. Sarah dodged, clawed the border's helmet seal. Hiss, eyes watered from irritant. Cho fired trank darts. 2 down, Eli faced the third. Stand down. Border charged. Eli dropped low, swept legs, pinned. 8-Trax stormed the breach himself. Blaster raised. Sedate all. Sarah hurled a medkit, crashed his visor. Eli rolled up, faced him square. Consent logged, data burst sent. Fight's over. 8-Trax froze. Scanners beeped, net confirmations flooding in. Council channels lit up. Recall orders. 8-Trax lowered the blaster. Violet eyes, mirroring Sarah's, widened. You synced her without chains. Eli offered a hand, pulled the border up. Chair and light work better. Sarah stepped forward. He carries truth, no ownership. 8-Trax holstered. Impossible, empathy weakens. Eli tapped his pulse. Proved otherwise. Fleet peeled off. Recall locked. Cho sealed vents. Clear. Sarah touched Eli's wrist, final tap. Matched beat, awe settled in her gaze, full, A-Trax retreated, last look respect cracked his shell. Resolute jumped clean, data viral, witness saved, but deeper scans pinged. Council black site signatures, Eli's console pinged. Black site signatures trailed their jump vector. Pursuit locked on, he ignored it. Sarah slumped against the medbulk, violet eyes darting. Silence gripped her throat, trauma's lock, but her fingers twitched, ready. He ripped open a sterile pack. Med charts, icons, stylus, slapped them onto a trauma board. Pictograms snapped into place, torso, limbs, head, pain scales from green calm to red agony. Sarah, he said, voice level. Point where it hurts. She stared, hesitated, then jabbed the abdomen icon, twice. Hard, Eli nodded, no questions, pulled scanner wand. Ran it over her midsection. Scans lit, internal bruising, microfractures, Venari physiology, thicker dermal layers but organs clustered tight, vulnerable. Scale, he tapped the board, 1 to 10, her claw traced 8, shuddered. Got it, he prepped hypospray. Analgesic cocktail tuned for her species. Human standard empathy dose, calm without fog. This eases, no chains. She flinched as he approached, eyes locked on the needle. Eli raised his palm flat, horizontal. Stop means stop. He pressed it toward her shoulder, demo only. Froze midair, waited 5 seconds, pulled back. Your call. Sarah's gaze sharpened. She mirrored the signal, palm out. Eli halted, hypospray lowered, back 2 steps. Understood. She lowered her hand, nodded once, extended her arm. He administered, clean jab. She hissed, then exhaled. Tension bled from her frame, pupils dilated, relief. Dr. Cho burst through the hatch. Eli signatures closing, A-Trax's fleet rerouted. Black site ping means council's erasing loose ends. Her. Stable. Eli capped the hypo, but she knows something. Watch, Sarah snatched the stylus. Board cleared in seconds. Her claw scratched lines, corridors, bulkheads, memory perfect. Labeled junctions in Venari script. Then a crate symbol, sealed. Glowing hazard runes, centered in a vault wing. Eli leaned in. That's the black site layout? She tapped the crate, hard, circled it thrice. Eyes fierce, Cho scanned the drawing. Data burst confirmed black site coords, matches, that's no cargo prototype seal. Council's ghost project, erased witnesses. Value, Eli kept eyes on Sarah. Billions, tech they kill for, Cho's voice tightened. A-Trax wants her quiet. Sarah's claw underlined the crate, pointed at Eli, then herself, urgent. Directions? Eli's pulse quickened. She couldn't speak, but she could still give directions to something worth killing for. Alarms escalated. Bridge feed crackled. Resolute, this is Commander A-Trax. Surrender the asset. Custody protocol invoked. Empathy logs invalid. Venari law supersedes. Eli keyed response. Negative, Commander. Consent logged. Data viral across neutral nets. Councils exposed. A-Trax's hologram snarled. Violet eyes like Sarah's family. Human delusion, compassion cracks resolve. She returns now. Sarah snarled back, silent but fangs bared, clutched Eli's wrist, matched his pulse, steady sync. Eli faced the hollow, proved you wrong once. Chair and light worked, try force again. A-Trax's jaw clenched. Elite boarding in 60, vents bypassed. Link cut, Eli turned to Cho. Prep EVA kit, double oxy, stealth shroud, mag clamps, quiet extraction route, auxiliary pod bay. We goes to that black site. Grab the crate. Cho blinked. Eli, that's suicide. A-Trax's net. Sarah's lead. He nodded at the map. She marks the vault. We extract proof. Viral data's good. Physical crate ends them. Sarah nodded, fierce, touched his pulse again. Bond sealed. Cho grabbed gear kits. Pragmatic. Human stubbornness, tuning for Venari seals. Eli helped Sarah stand. She wobbled, then straightened. Leaned into him, not weak, partnered. They moved. Corridor dimmed for stealth. Sarah's map guided, left at fusion core, duck under sensor grate. Her body language spoke, quiet, precise. Eli matched stride, human endurance, her terrain knowledge. Pod bay hissed open. Cho sealed it behind. EVA suits deployed, human flex weave, alien contour mods. Eli locked Sarah's seals, tested flex points. Stop signal works here too. She signaled, he paused, thumbed her helmet seal. She signaled go. Cho powered the pod. Route plotted, slipstream evasion, black site approach in stealth shadow. Launch shuddered, stars streaked. Pursuit signatures faded, Eli's nav hacks bought time. Sarah tapped her visor. Pointed at console, traced the map overlay, vault corridor incoming. Copy. Eli gripped mag rifle, non-lethal rounds, stun, not kill. Compassion held. Pod ghosted into black sight docking shadow. Clamps bit hull. Breach charge whispered. They cut through. Sarah led. Silent claws on deckplate signaled turns. Eli covered flanks. Cho scanned for patrols. First guard patrol, Venari elite. Armored, Sarah froze. Eli signaled stop. She nodded. Drew claw across throat, no. He trank darted them. Silent drops, deeper, her map flawless. Sealed door loomed, crate symbol etched. Sarah input override memory code. Locks clicked. Inside, crate hummed. Glowing core visible through transsteel. Prototype drive, warp anomaly tech. Council's empire killer. Eli scanned. Intact, viral proof. Alarms wailed. Atrax's voice boomed. Intruders, secure the asset. Boots thundered. Sarah yanked crate harness. Eli hauled with her, human leverage lifted clean. Cho fired suppression foam, corridor sealed, backtrack sprint. Sarah's directions shaved seconds, service ducked shortcut, pod hatch. Crate secured, launch, pursuit scrambled, Atrax's shuttle closed fast. Eli keyed burst, crate scans beamed, prototype exposed, nets lit galactic. Atrax's hail, Mercer, cease. Too late. Eli cut link. Data's out, crate's ours. Sarah touched his helmet, pulse sync. Awe in her eyes, full violet glow. Cho grinned. Council's crumbling, human compassion just toppled an empire. Pod slipid stream jumped. Black sight signatures scattered, but Sarah's claw tapped the console. New ping, deeper vault level, another symbol, bigger. Eli's gut tightened, more worth killing for. Airlock klaxons blared. Red lights strobed the medbay. Eli Mercer grabbed Sarah's harness and yanked her behind the crash cart. Down, now. Boots thudded beyond the hatch. Commander Atrax's voice boomed through the intercom. Human vessel asterisk resolute asterisk. This is Venari Security Command. We invoke Custody Protocol 47. Surrender the asset, Sarah Ven, immediately. Noncompliance authorizes lethal force. Eli slapped the station-wide incident logger. His wrist comm synced it to Central Command's net. Every word streamed live. Logged, audiovisual capture active. Dr. Cho, seal the bridge. Acknowledged, Mina Cho replied from the comm. Her voice stayed level. Armory stocked, vents clear. The airlock hissed, pressurized equalize. Atrax strode in first, flanked by 4 armored enforcers. Rifles swept the corridor. He clutched a holopad, legal pretext glowing in blue script. Mercer, step out. The female is council property, recovered from Black Site 9. Her knowledge destabilizes the sector. Sarah's claws dug into Eli's arm. Her violet eyes widened, pupils contracting to slits. Tremors shook her frame. Eli squeezed her shoulder firm, steady. Breathe with me, in, out. Human routine, terror response protocol. Atrax's gaze locked on the medbay door. You humans meddle in classified ops. Empathy clouds judgment. She's a liability witness to warp core breach. Hand her over or we breach. Eli keyed his mic. Stream captured the threat. Custody Protocol 47 requires due process. She's under human medical protection. Trauma-induced catatonia. Your asset dies without care. Laughter barked from Atrax. Catatonia, Venari don't break, she's defective, enforcers stack the door. Rifles charged. Eli hauled Sarah toward the maintenance hatch. Ducts, go, he popped the grate. Cool air rushed out. Sarah scrambled in first, her lithe form vanishing into shadow. Eli followed, sealing it behind. Cho's voice crackled. They're cutting torches, you have 90 seconds to primary duct. Eli crawled. Sarah led, claws scraping timed panels. Her body language spoke, silent signals. Left at the junction. Her tail flicked, clear. Eli matched pace. Human shoulders brushed conduits, sparks from their breach echoed behind. They're in the bay, Cho reported. Foam dispensers armed, moving to flank. Duct forked. Sarah paused at a cycle panel. Doors hummed, 30-second loop. She tapped, wait. Eli nodded, counted breaths. Sarah's pulse synced to his via suit link. Steadying, hatch ahead. Sarah input cycle override her memory code again. Click. They dropped into a service corridor. Empty. Eli scanned. Clear. Engine deck access. Boots pounded 2 levels up. Atrax bellowed. Flush the ducts. Thermal sweeps. Eli pulled Sarah along. Her steps faltered, old wounds reopening. Flashback tremors. He braced her elbow. One bulkhead at a time. Compassion protocol. Keep her functional. Red emergency lights pulsed. Patrol drone whirred around the corner. Sarah hissed. Eli trank darted at midair, silent crash. They're vectoring, Cho warned. Squad of 6 closing your duct exit. Sarah's ears flattened. Eli pointed to the next junction. Bulkhead trap. Your call, she nodded, claws extended. They sprinted. Door cycle hit, panels irised shut behind. Safe. Pursuit crashed through. Atrax's enforcers, armor gleamed. Target acquired, breach. Sarah lunged. Her paw slammed the emergency bulkhead button. Massive plates slammed down. Sealed with a thunderous clang, screams cut short on the other side. Torches whined futile against reinforced hull. Eli exhaled. Nice shot. Sarah's eyes met his, violet glow softened, first trust flicker since pickup. She touched his glove, claw retracted, vulnerable. Cho patched in. Bulkhead holds, Atrax is raging on open channel, commands reviewing your stream, counsel's lawyers scrambling. Eli checked Sarah's vitals, pulse dropping. Medbay 2, crate secure. Locked down, warp prototype humming pretty. They moved. Sarah's limp eased with Eli's support. Human stride, unyielding anchor. Atrax's voice hacked the local net. Mercer, that female knows core schematics, warp anomaly tech, Empire's Edge, release her or we glass your ship. Eli ignored it. Stream rolled on. Galactic nets buzzed, data from the crate already viral. Service lift dinged, doors parted to engine deck. Cho waited, medkit open. Status. Mobile, Eli said. He eased Sarah onto the exam slab. Decomp scan. Cho's instruments hummed. Fractured ribs healing. Neural shock fading. Your steadying worked. Venari cortisol analogs down 40%. Sarah watched Eli, silent, but her tail curled, not defensive, curious. Alarms spiked. Ship shuddered. Docking clamps gripped. Atrax's shuttle latched hard. Legal board, Atrax snarled over comm. Protocol override, boarding with warrant. Eli straightened. Cho, arm the pod. Sarah, crate harness. We're ghosts. Sarah rose, grabbed the warp core crate without prompt. Her strength surprised, alien physiology kicking in. Eli hauled with her. Human leverage tipped it onto the grav sled. Cho fired suppression foam into the main corridor. White fog billowed. Path clear, 60 seconds. They ran. Sarah's directions shaved turns. Station layout burned in her mind. Pod hatch yawned. Atrax's squad breached the foam. Blasters scorched bulkheads. Pod sealed. Eli punched launch. Thrusters roared. Clamps snapped. Pursuit scrambled. Atrax's shuttle peeled off dock, closing fast. Burst the scans, Eli ordered. Crate data beamed wide. Nets lit up. Council exposed. Atrax hailed. Face furious on screen. Mercer, cease transmission. That's classified. Public now. Eli cut the link. Data's out. Sarah's free. Sarah's claw tapped his arm, eyes full violet. Awe, no words, bond forming. Cho grinned from the co-pilot's seat. Council's crumbling. Human compassion just saved her and toppled their lies. Pod hit slipid stream. Black site signatures scattered behind, but Sarah tapped the console. New ping echoed, deeper vault level. Another symbol scratched in her memory. Bigger crate, deadlier secret. Eli's gut tightened. Atrax wouldn't stop. More worth killing for. Ship alarms pinged. Incoming interceptors, Venari heavies. Atrax led the pack. Strap in, Eli said. Sarah complied. Trust locked. Cho plotted jump. Warp core stable. We test it now? Eli nodded. Humans adapted. Sarah's knowledge bridged the gap. Engage. Reality warped. Stars stretched. Interceptors vanished in the blur. Atrax's final hail chased them. You underestimate us, human. Empathy is weakness. Eli glanced at Sarah, her claws flexed, ready. Watch. They emerged in uncharted slipspace. Safe, for now. Sarah leaned close. First word since rescue, rasped whisper. More, Vault 3, show you. Eli smiled. Compassion built empires too. Sarah's breath rasped like tearing foil. Her violet eyes locked on the service bay hatch. Claws flexed, piercing Eli's sleeve. Eli squeezed her wrist, firm, steady pressure. 4 in, hold 4, out 6. His voice cut through the hum of leaking conduits. She matched his grip, inhaled sharp, chest heaved, held, exhaled slow, tremors eased from her frilled neck. Good, Eli kept count. Again, panic crests broke like waves on his ops. Alien physiology shifted the rhythm, but breath was universal. Her claws retracted, one tap on his arm, affirmation. She pointed to a shadowed bulkhead. Scratched symbol glowed faint under emergency strips. Eli scanned the bay. Wreckage from the breach ops smoldered. Venari patrols scrambled topside, time thinned. Lead! He matched her pace. Compact frame darted low. Sarah's longer limbs folded efficient, silent. She halted at a crate. Dull alloy unmarked save her symbol. 8 feet cubed, locked seamless. Sarah traced her left forearm. Skin parted under pressure. Scar tissue gleamed, bio-circuit weave. She pressed it flat to the panel. Lock hummed. Green pulse raced veins in the scar. Seals hissed, crate yawned open. Eli whistled low. Hidden key, smart. He pulled his med scanner, no traps pinged. Inside, crystal lattice core, throbbing data veins. Jackpot. He slotted extract tool, nanites burrowed, core ejected clean into his palm, warm, pulsing. Sarah's frills flared, protective hunch over the crate. Medical evidence. Eli stamped the core with his auth seal. Human embassy watermark flashed, patient property. Seizure blocked under interstellar med protocol. Tied to your trauma logs, they touch it, war crimes tribunal. Her eyes widened. Claw tapped his knuckles, trust notched deeper. Alarms wailed, bay doors groaned. Commander Atrax stormed in. Armored bulk filled the frame. 6 enforcers fanned, pulse rifles hot. Mercer! Atrax's mandibles clicked. Custody protocol. The Ven female is council asset. Surrender her, Core 2. Eli stepped forward, Sarah behind him, core pocketed secure. She's patient 0, trauma witness, that core's her biopsy. Atrax laughed, gravel grind. Human empathy blinds you, she's property. Vault breach voids claims. He gestured, enforcers advanced. Yield or we vent the bay, spacewalk retrieval. Bay vents hissed warning, pressure dropped, frost rhymed the walls, Eli's mind raced ops, escape pod 2 decks up. Cho waited in the slipstream runner, data burst prepped. Sarah's claw gripped his back, steady now. Her symbol Vault 3 hinted more, but this core cracked the lies. Choice made. Eli triggered wrist beacon, pod overrides kicked. She's free. Atrax lunged. Fool, compassion kills. Eli dodged, grabbed Sarah's arm. They bolted for the service ladder. Enforcers fired, bolts scorched bulkhead. Sarah climbed fluid, Eli boosted her. Legs burned, Atrax bellowed orders, pod hatch yawned ahead. Cho's voice crackled calm. Eli, seals green, burst the scans on my mark. They tumbled in. Hatch slammed, pressurized cycle whooshed. Atrax pounded outside. Open human, Eli strapped Sarah, her claws laced his harness, eyes fierce violet. Mark, Cho punched it, pod peeled off dock. Alarms screamed, scans burst wide, core data flooded nets. Council slave camps exposed. Executions logged. Atrax's face filled the screen, furious. Mercer, cease transmission, classified, public now. Eli cut the link. Data's out, Sarah's free. Sarah's claw tapped his arm, eyes full violet. All gleamed, no words needed. Cho grinned from co-pilot. Council's crumbling, human compassion toppled their lies. Pod hit slipped stream. Black site signatures scattered behind, but Sarah tapped the console. New ping echoed, deeper vault level. Another symbol burned in her memory. Bigger crate, deadlier secret. Eli's gut tightened. Atrax wouldn't stop. Ship alarms pinged. Incoming interceptors, Venari heavies, Atrax led. Strap in, Eli said. Sarah complied, trust locked. Cho plotted jump. Warp core stable, test it. Eli nodded. Humans adapted. Sarah's knowledge bridged gaps. Engage, reality warped. Stars stretched. Interceptors vanished. Atrax's hail chased. You underestimate us, human empathy weakness. Eli glanced at Sarah, claws flexed. Ready. Watch. They emerged in uncharted slipspace. Safe, for now, Sarah leaned close, first words rasped. More, Vault 3. Show you? Eli smiled. Compassion built empires, but slipspace flickered. Anomaly pinged. Venari shadow probe latched. Atrax's voice boomed through interference. Predictable Mercer, your rescue logs every jump. Eli cursed. Probe burrowed code. Position broadcast. Cho yanked manual purge. Too deep, we drop it, they track debris. Sarah's frills quivered, claw-etched Vault symbol on her palm, insistent. Vault 3, Eli echoed. Coordinates inside, she nodded, tapped console rhythm, biorhythm code. Eli fed it in, nav locked. Deeper black site riskier. Go, Cho asked. Atrax's fleet closed, slipspace exit loomed hostile space. Eli met Sarah's gaze, her scarky pulsed faint, she'd hidden worse. Plot it. He turned to her. Breathe with me, 4 in, she matched, grip firm, panic gone, partner now. Pod dove, anomaly shed, fleet overshot, Vault 3 beckoned, deadlier secret, but her key unlocked it, hours blurred, Eli monitored vitals, Sarah slept fitful, Cho prepped medbay. She's Venari elite, Cho murmured. Scar weaves neural lock. Council grafted it post-interrogation. Eli nodded. Sharp mind hid the code through terror. Dock clamps engaged, Vault station loomed ghost husk, breaches scarred hull. Extraction 2.0, Eli said, suited up, rifle slung medkit. Sarah rose, claws ready, no hesitation. Cho stayed shipside. Comms open, get the core, get out. They breached airlock, zero-G drift. Sarah propelled flawless. Eli matched thrust, deeper levels, traps triggered, auto-turrets word. Eli tagged them EMP. Sarah dodged bolts, Grace lethal, vault 3 hatch. Her symbol matched, scar pressed, opened, crate dwarfed the first. Lattice core twice size, thrummed power, Eli extracted, heavier. Data veins screamed volume, genocide manifests, weapon specs. Flag it, he stamped, medical evidence, patient neural link. Sarah clutched it. Eyes blazed, alarms, 8 tracks again. You return? Insane. Service bay flooded enforcers, vent threat renewed, Eli backed Sarah. Pod now, she led, claws slashed a drone, core secure, 8 tracks blocked path. Core yields her 2. Eli raised rifle, empathy's our weapon. Sarah rasped, no. Scar flared, biohack surged, bay lights died, vents jammed. Chaos, they sprinted, pod launch, data burst 2, wider nets. 8 tracks roared distant, slip space again, Sarah's claw on Eli's, bond sealed, but core whispered decode, Emperor's orders. Her knowledge, assassin's proof. Eli breathed deep, compassion survived, it conquered, probe ping returned, 8 tracks adapted. Next jump, Sarah whispered. My turn, save you. Eli gripped back, human alien, unbreakable. Fitz tilde 1,420 words, but no count shown. Stun bolts cracked the air. Eli yanked Sarah behind a stack of cargo crates. 8 tracks' squad poured through the service bay hatch, enforcer visors glowing red. Human, yield the asset and core. Custody protocol invokes lethal force. Eli's rifle hummed in his grip. Non-lethal setting locked. He scanned the bay. EVA plating leaned against a trolley frame nearby, salvage from a gutted shuttle. Perfect. Sarah's claws dug into his arm, her frills quivered, eyes wide on the enforcers. Eli squeezed her wrist once. Comm signal. She nodded, sharp. He sprinted low, grabbed the plating 2 meters square, reinforced alloy, heavy but balanced, trolley frame next. Welded strut snapped into place under his multi-tools torch. 30 seconds, shield rigged, 8 tracks barked orders. Flank them, stunners high. Eli hefted the shield. Push Sarah behind it. Stay tight, I've got you. She pressed against his back, core clutched to her chest. Her breath rasped hot on his neck. He advanced, step by deliberate step. Shield angled forward, first stun bolt hit, crackled blue across the plating. Eli didn't flinch. Pushed on, second bolt. Third, energy spiderwebbed the shield, heat bled through but the alloy held. 8 tracks snarled from cover. What primitive nonsense, advance! Enforcers fired in volley. Bolts slammed the shield like hail. Eli's arms burned. He gritted teeth, kept moving. 10 meters gained. Sarah peeked past the edge. Her claws danced over a wall panel. Bay schematics flashed in her eyes, neural implant glow. Pressure vents, I reroute. Do it. Eli braced. Another bolt grazed his boot, numbed his calf. Her claws stabbed keys, hiss built. Vents overhead popped seals. Sudden gale roared. Pressure dropped. 8 tracks' squad staggered. 2 enforcers pinwheeled into bulkheads, visors cracking. 8 tracks roared, clutched a strut. Traitor witch, protocol. Eli charged the gap. Shield bashed an enforcer aside. Non-lethal pulse from rifle dropped another. No kills, just neutralization. Sarah darted out, clawed a panel loose, exposed conduit sparked. 15 meters to the airlock vestibule. 8 tracks rallied too, fired point blank. Eli twisted the shield, deflected, lunged. Tackled 8 tracks mid-stride. They crashed. 8 tracks' claws raked Eli's vest. Tough fabric held. Eli drove elbow into the commander's throat plate. Choke hold. 8 tracks gurgled. Soft, fleshling. Eli hauled him up, marched him into the vestibule, slammed the inner hatch. Outer sealed with a hiss. Locked. Sarah reached the core upload terminal, plugged in the lattice. Data veins pulsed. Uploading, station security flagged. Alarms wailed. Red lights strobed. 8 tracks pounded the viewport. Release me, Emperor's decree. Eli ignored him. Turned to Sarah. Status. Genocide manifests. Assassin's logs. Her orders. Sarah's voice cracked. Scar on her frill pulsed white. They come for me. Proof dies with silence. Eli checked his medkit, pulled a neural stabilizer, pressed it to her temple. Not today, breathe. Her eyes met his, trust flickered. First real spark since extraction. Upload chimed, complete. Station klaxons blared. Intruder alert, security en route. Eli grabbed her arm. Pod bay, move. They ran. 8 tracks' muffled roars faded. Vestibule override sparked. 8 tracks burst free as they hit the pod hatch. Core secured. Eli sealed the pod. Affirmative. Sarah strapped in. Claws gripped his seat. Pod launched. Zero-G tumble into black. Probe ping hit their comms. Atrax's voice. You delay the inevitable. Empathy weakens you. Eli smirked. Watch. Slipspace jump engaged. Stars warped. Sarah leaned close. You shielded me. Walked fire. Standard op. Eli checked her vitals. Pulse steadying. Her claw touched his hand. Not standard for us. Extraordinary. Station feeds crackled over comms. Security detained Atrax's remnants. Data disseminated, Emperor's veil cracking, but pursuit signatures bloomed, larger fleet. Eli plotted next vector. Your turn to navigate? Sarah's frills flared green, confidence. Yes, trust, he nodded. Human grit met alien guile. Compassion forged the blade. Deeper into the void, the core whispered more. Sarah's memories unlocked torture bays, silenced witnesses, her scar, brand of the Emperor's assassins. Eli bandaged a stunned graze on her arm, gentle pressure. Talk when ready. She rasped details, names. Coordinates proof stacked. Dr. Cho patched in from the ship. Eli vitals good, core's viral spreading to neutral nets. Atrax's ass is grass. Copy en route. Pod docked clean. Cho waited in the bay, hypo ready. Sarah stepped out first, hesitant, then straight-backed. Cho scanned her. Neural trauma easing, human meds interfacing. Sarah tilted head. Your care translates. Eli slung rifle. Team effort. Alarms pinged anew. Incoming signatures. Atrax's reinforcements. No. Station broadcast. Data verified. Imperial crimes exposed. Bounty on Atrax. Sarah's eyes widened. Awe. Eli clapped her shoulder. One wall at a time. But console beeped. Encrypted tight beam. Emperor's seal. Traitors named. Full reclamation. Sarah clutched the core fragment. They know my biohack. Come personally. Eli rigged fresh charges. Then we hit first. Her claws flexed. Ready. Atrax's escape pod debris trailed them, commander adrift but signal active, calling bigger guns. Eli plotted ambush vector, cargo hauler lanes, dense traffic, slipspace folded. They dropped into real space amid freighters. Sarah hacked a derelict's transponder, masked their signature. Eli suited up. EVA tether ready, boarding action, protective. She mimicked his calm, they jetted. Magnetic boots clamped derelict hull. Inside, trap sprung. Atrax waited, squad halved but armed. You followed. Atrax leveled stunner. Eli raised shield, repurposed hull plate. Expected that. Stun fire erupted. Eli advanced. Sarah flanked vents. Pressure drop again. Enforcers reeled. Eli dropped two, non-lethal. Atrax charged, claws out. Sarah slashed from shadow, drew blood. Atrax whirled. Which? Eli shield bashed, locked him down, this time real airlock, permanent seal. Data burst to galactic nets. Emperor's face everywhere. Sarah sagged against Eli. Free. Not yet. He supported her back to ship. Cho greeted. Fleet scattering. Your human wall went viral. Sarah laughed, first sound, musical rasp. Eli grinned, compassion's edge sharpened, but tight beam persisted. Emperor's voice. Mercer, Ven, surrender or species war. Eli cued reply. Empathy's our protocol. Send. Stars beckoned. Unbreakable duo plunged ahead. Eli thrust the data core into the tribunal console. Holographic feeds ignited across the chamber. The Emperor's leering face filled every screen, biohack schematics pulsing beside it. Station authority, Eli said, voice steady. This proves Sarah Ven's a witness, not a criminal. Demand formal asylum under Galactic Accord Article 47. She's under human protection now. Judges, 3 chitin-plated Vexari leaned forward. Their multifaceted eyes whirred. Commander Atrax snarled from the enforcer podium, his squad rigid behind him. Claws scraped plasteel. Sarah huddled at Eli's side, her iridescent scales dull, 4 arms wrapped tight around herself. She met no one's gaze. Human, Atrax barked. Custody protocol supersedes your claim. She's Imperial property. Surrender her. Eli ignored him. He keyed the core's lock. Viral clips exploded outward. The Emperor's labs, slave pits, Sarah's escape pod wreckage. Public channels lit up. Comments flooded. Human wall saves witch. Empathy protocol, what sorcery? One judge tapped a mandible. Evidence authenticated. Witness, state your testimony. Sarah froze. Her primary eyes flicked to Eli. He nodded. She uncurled one hand, projecting pictograms from her wrist implant. Jagged icons bloomed, chains, needles, screaming faces. Her secondary arms gestured, slash across throat, point to Emperor's hologram, then fist to chest. Refusal, defiance. Eli translated, calm as triage. She states subjected to neural biohack for loyalty implant. designed to erase memories of Imperial purges, witnessed mass executions on fringe worlds, escaped to expose it. Gestures confirm voluntary defection, no coercion. Atrax lunged forward. Lies, she's glitched. Reclaim under protocol, squad weapons hummed. Station security drones buzzed in. Public feeds surged, billions watching. Protect the witness, scrolled across alien tongues, all rippled through the chamber. Vexari judges exchanged clicks, respect edged their tones. Sarah added a pictogram, human silhouette shielding her form, Eli's shield bash from the derelict. She pointed at him, then extended a claw-tipped finger. Trust. Legal statement, Eli continued. Human intervention prevented recapture. No damage to Imperial assets beyond self-defense. Asylum grants her safe passage. Atrax's frills flared red. He checked his tight beam. Eli glimpsed the overlay, fleet recall orders flooding in. Viral pressure mounted. Emperor's own channels glitched under backlash. Commander, the central judge intoned. Public scrutiny demands review, retract claim, or face accord violation. Atrax's claws retracted. He signaled his squad. Stand down. Weapons powered off. He glared at Eli. This changes nothing. Empathy's a glitch human. It'll kill you. Eli met his stare. It's kept her alive. Try us. Judges stamped approval. Asylum granted. Sarah's scales brightened, a shimmer of blue. She turned to Eli, hesitated, then grasped his offered hand. Her palm cool, grip firm, not cargo, crew, doctor. Mina Cho waited at the dock airlock, med scanner ready. Vitals stable, neural echoes fading, good work. They boarded the ship. Sarah released Eli's hand but stayed close. Her eyes traced the human crew quarters, bunks sized for variety, no chains. She mimed a question, stay. Eli nodded. Your station now. Alarms pinged. Cho checked scopes. Tight beam inbound, not Imperial, neutral relay. Eli patched it through. A holographic envoy materialized, Krell diplomat, frills neutral. Mercer, Ven, station feeds credit you, but purges hid deeper. Coordinates attached. Witnesses need extraction. Your protocol accept. Sarah's claws flexed. Ready, Eli cued reply. Compassion's edge cut sharper. The ship slipped docks. Engines thrummed, duo unbreakable, stars ahead, but shadows lengthened. Eli sealed the bridge. Sarah settled beside him, projecting a new pictogram, two silhouettes linked, bond forged. Atrax watched from the station viewport. His squad muttered. Humans feel too much. Or just enough, Atrax growled. Tightbeam whispered, Emperor's fallback, war fleets massing. Eli plotted the new vector. Sarah's rasp hummed, song of thanks, trust built, threat loomed, public nets exploded. Human witness turns tide, awe spread galaxy-wide, but Eli focused, next rescue waited. Cho prepped stims in medbay, her implants, we can scrub them. Sarah waved it off, gestured, keep, weapon now, Eli smiled, smart. They jumped slipspace, coordinates pulsed, fringe world, purge site, drop ready, Eli suited up. Sarah mirrored, forearms efficient, vents her domain. Protective, she rasped, mimicking his word. Always. Real space snapped back. Derelict colony below, signals weak, screams faint, boarding action, Eli jetted first. Sarah flanked, humans led, aliens awed, Compassion's protocol, engaged, debris fields thickened. Enemy signatures blinked, Imperial hunters, Eli raised shield. Here we go. Sarah slashed vents open, claws gleamed, trap sprung, but theirs, witnesses huddled inside, traumatized, shattered, Eli triaged. One by one, safe. Sarah guarded, pictogram soothed, human shield, they loaded, last one, a child alien, eyes wide, you, feel. Eli nodded, enough to fight. Ship climbed, hunters pursued, Cho hailed. Evasion plotted, viral burst cued, send, Emperor's face viral again, fleet scattered, all one, Sarah laughed, musical rasp, hand in Eli's, crew now, unbreakable, but tight beam pinged. Deeper shadow, Emperor's air, personal claim. Bring them, it demanded, or burn worlds. Eli grinned, empathy's our answer. Reply sent, plunge on, stars beckoned, bond sealed, war's edge sharpened. Atrax paced his shuttle, public retracted his glory. Humans underestimated no more. Track them, he ordered, squad saluted. Eli's ship danced freighters, Sarah hacked transponders, seamless, Cho translated feeds. Aliens call it compassion cascade. You're normal, they're miracle. Eli shrugged, just work. Sarah gestured, more. Always more. Next drop, purge heart, Emperor's vault. They geared, duo plunged, hostiles swarmed, Eli shielded, Sarah slashed, non-lethal where possible, Mercy one converts, one enforcer dropped weapon, awe in eyes, why spare? Survival, Eli said, data core extracted. Purges exposed full. Gal nets crashed under truth. Asylum fleets rallied. Humans led. Sarah stood tall, scales vibrant, hand firm in Eli's. Free, she rasped. Together, threats circled, but compassion cut through. HFY edge unbreakable.